Hey everybody, it's it's Scotty D. And I'm here with another episode of Over the Top Rope. Today I'm going to do what I intend to be the first video. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, my program doesn't want to render it properly, so I'm having to re-record it now. And also, in light of the Royal Rumbles events, I felt it was appropriate to do here. And don't worry, we will get to talking about the Royal Rumbles results. Alright, so today's episode, if you haven't seen in the obvious title of the video, is about the Ascension. For those of you not aware of the group, the Ascension were a dominant tag team force in NXT who had an amazing undefeated streak until they faced off with the belts against Lucha Dragons and lost. And then, of course, they were used as a springboard for Hideo Itami and Finn Balor, who are fucking awesome. All of them are fucking awesome, to be completely honest, even on NXT. You know, yeah, I'm also kind of glad just adding to that as well. It's good to see Sin Cara on NXT. He has really fucking grown over there. You know, I've wanted to say that in the previous episode. I've kind of mentioned him in the Barrett match in another video. Looking great, looking fantastic. You know, he is no longer Sinbacha. He is much better to see. All right, so few problems with the Ascension. I'm going to switch up what I have written here and talk about the number one thing I think that they need to do with the Ascension right now is make them look like a legitimate threat. For the past month on Raw, they really haven't faced anyone. They come out, they give their little speech, and they fight against, Jimmy and Johnny, who fucking knows who these people are, who have no entrance, no intro, nothing that we get to see, and then they beat the shit out of them in 30 seconds. That right there is not a good way to build up a tag team. I can understand you're trying to maybe go back to the way they were to show they were a dominant force or to give them a streak of sorts, but the past is over. The streak was broken on NXT of theirs. It's done. Let it go. All right? They need to be facing legitimate tag teams right now. People like the Usos, Golden Stardust, Mizdow, and whoever else you can think of. Ryback and Curtis Axel. Rybaxel. Put them together for even just a show match. You can do it for them. That'd be great. It's a lot better than two guys in blue trunks who are half their size. Not really impressing me. Part of this as well, I don't get why you had them face the New Age Outlaws at the Royal Rumble. I can understand, you've got these older talent guys that want to put over the younger guys and everything. That's great and all. Bro Dog Jesse James is 45 years old. Billy Gunn is 51 years old. I'm not sure if that's as old, but that's pretty close to how old Taker is. Okay? That right there doesn't really make the Ascension look strong. It just shows them, beating up two guys who are old legends at this point. You might as well have had them go in there and kick the shit out of Ric Flair. Not impressive. Not good. Not what's best for business. If you want to make the Ascension into legit threat, have them start interfering in other matches. Miz and Mizdow match, they could come out and beat the shit out of Mizdow. Mizdow's already a comedic character built as well, which is good, but he's not. He could be used to get heat for someone who really wants to be a villain, like they do with the Miz, how they make him his polar opposite kind of thing. You could have the Ascension come out and beat the shit out of Mizdow, interfere during a title match, do something like that. Another thing I would recommend for this is commentary needs to start taking them seriously. Every time they come out, JBL, Cole, and King talk shit about them from the moment they arrive to the moment they leave. That doesn't help. Okay? If you want to do something good, get the Ascension to go out there, do their thing, have commentary continue to talk shit about them, and then grab one of them. Grab JBL, because he had that little thing with the Legends tag groups, a couple week ago or whatever it is now on one of the Raws. Have him grab JBL and beat the fuck out of him. Hit him with the Fall of Man. Just do it, Which brings me to another point. Sell the Fall of Man a lot more. It should be sold as a devastating maneuver, because not a whole lot of people do, not a whole lot of groups do the tandem moves anymore. as a finisher. They all have their little shticks and their bits that they go for and everything, but no one has a finisher like that anymore. It's like when Hardy Boys had Whisper in the Wind, or Concerto from Edge and Christian, or the 3D. It's like that. So it really should be sold as two people attacking one person, instead of, commentary just still talking shit about them because they're fighting a bunch of nobodies, which, should be changed as well. Okay, so that's first thing I would recommend for the Ascension. Second thing I would recommend for the Ascension, they need an image change. Oh my god. You guys are trying to sell them as the Road Warriors so hard. So hard. Okay, look. The Ascension are not Hawk and Animal. The Ascension are not the Road Warriors. They're not these people that you want them to be. They are the Ascension, and they need to forge their own path. The problem that comes about this is that you're selling two different images that don't work together. The whole thing with the face paint, with like the one eye that is done in like Egyptian motif and the red triangle on their head, it doesn't look good. It looks silly, especially because they didn't do any of that during the NXT era. So I don't get why they would suddenly have this change when they come over to WWE or to the main roster. You know what I mean? Can we get images, Scott? Future me, old Ascension here, new Ascension here. You can see that there's like world of difference here. You can keep the shoulder pads. That's fine. I don't mind that. But the face paint has got to go. It straight up looks silly. At the same time, while doing that, you need to pick a motif. Either go for this fallen wastelander look completely, or you need to change the video, or go with the video and their original look of this New World Order-esque style control group that's here to dominate the tag team division. Either one would be fine. Either one would be great. But you need to pick one or the other because you have the Illuminati-esque look of the videos and the fucking Road Warrior look of the pair. The two just don't go together. They've got to complement each other. And they need to also stop trying to compare them, and by extension, the Ascension needs to stop trying to compare themselves to previous tag teams, to Tag Team Legend Classics. They don't need to come out and say, we will be better than fucking Legion of Doom. We are greater than Demolition. You don't brag like that, that just makes you look childish. It almost sounds like these promos were written by someone who is 8, and for some reason has knowledge of, all these classic tag teams and everything. They need to talk about how they're going to have them come out and talk about how they are going to dominate and control the tag division. And then have them, back it up by beating the shit out of someone who is worth worrying about, have them go out there and just completely crush the Usos, Here I am ripping on the Usos again. I don't hate the Usos. I think they're great, but it's just an example. It's just an example. Another thing I would recommend is you need to stop clinging to the previous record that they had. NXT, they were undefeated until Lucha Dragons and Finn Balor and Hideo Itami. It's gone. They need to forge their own new identity within the Raw roster. You can't give them a bunch of wins and say, "Oh, they're undefeated," and then go, but because there will be people sitting there going, "Yeah, they're undefeated," except in these 3-4 matches that they had on NXT where we saw that they can lose. The mystique is already gone. You can't build it up. It's like if the Undertaker. It's like if the Undertaker came back and won again at WrestleMania. Would it mean anything? Yeah, it might be a good capstone on the end of his career, because it would be him going out with a bit of dignity for his legacy. Would it be something like Undertaker is still undefeated? No. Brock Lesnar beat him. It's over. Deal with it. You can't go back. It doesn't work that way. Okay. To that extent, you need to put the Ascension in more extended matches, ones that are longer than 3 minutes. They did this at Royal Rumble with Road Dogg, Jesse James, B.A. Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. But again, it's two guys that are, late 40, early 50. It just goes to show more that the Outlaws have incredible stamina for people their age and incredible, moxie to go out there and do this. Then it's saying that more than the Ascension is a dominant force that's going to conquer the tag division. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Last thing I would recommend is clarify their gimmick. And I kind of went into this a bit with the image change thing. Like I said, you got these two images that are conflicting with one another. The New World Order style versus the Wastelander look. Pick one and go with it. Just pick one. Even if you're going to pick the Wastelander one, just go with it completely. The thing is that with the Wastelander look, you're clinging to like I said before, you're clinging to the image of Demolition and Legion of Doom, who were great tag teams in the 80s. And to borrow a line from OSW reviews, it was acceptable in the 80s, but now it's the year 2015. It's time for something new, something that can be taken more seriously. And that's why I think the Illuminati-ish look is much better. Go with that. Like I said, keep the shoulder pads because, you could work that in or something. I don't know how. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm just trying to give some here. But yeah. Those are the main things I wanted to talk about there. I did enjoy their match with the New Age Outlaws. But again, it didn't make them look incredibly strong. Maybe I'm wondering what's going to happen when they have a match against a legit tag team on the roster. When you put them against, say, the Usos, who fly all over the ring crazy and everything, whereas you have these two guys that play it slow and grounded, essentially. Or what happens when they go against Miz and Mizdow, who are this great comedic act, and you're trying to play these guys as super duper serious. It just, I'm not sure what you're trying to go for if you're trying to get everyone to boo them. If you're going to get everyone to boo them like this, though, they're not going to be booing them for the right reason. They need to be booed because they're legit heels, not because they don't mesh with other people. They need to interfere with matches. They need to interfere with people. Part of this as well. If you do decide to change any of this stuff, when you clarify their look, I would also recommend changing their catchphrase, which actually adds this as well. The current phrase "Welcome to the Wasteland" is okay. It's a good catchphrase, but like I said, it wouldn't work if you tried to go full Illuminati. It will work if you decide to go, full Legion of Doom. Let's keep it to the '80s gimmicks that we know are safe. Whatever. If you try to bring it to the New World Order gimmick, though, it won't work. If you try to bring it to, I'm going to stop calling it the New World Order. I'm not talking Kevin Nash and all those guys. They were already on the show. If you're trying to make it into the Illuminati look, though, it won't work. Have them come out and change it to say, "Welcome to our world," instead of "Welcome to the Wasteland." Something where they can, claim domain over everything that they see, essentially, to make them into a legit looking threat. That would be, kind of cool. So yeah, that's what I would recommend for the Ascension. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Over the Top Rope. There will be more. There will be more. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. There'll be more videos coming and everything. Also, I'm not sure if it's going to be the next video or one that comes before this or whenever. There is going to be a video where me and Sam are going to be talking about the Royal Rumble very shortly for a special edition of Over the Top Rope. I'm going to try and do that maybe monthly when the pay-per-views come on. Till then, see you next time. Have a nice day.